Hey guys, it's Luna from Random Bouts. Don't laugh at my armor on this character, it's really ugly and I don't care. Today doing Archangel Mithra normal mode. I said I was going to do the elf on normal with just me, Lewis, and Dre, but I didn't feel like it. So, this fight's a little irritating just because she's a thief and she just has so much evasion. It's just really irritating. Like, you're gonna see my accuracy's poop, even though I'm using Aggressor, Sushi, Heenan, and I've got one magical. I think my accuracy probably was around 60%, no higher than 75. As you guys see, I'm gonna show you all our gear again after I cast Haste. Very little gear changes on Luna at all. Path A on Quaxo feed, the attack, evasion, double attack. Lewis, his paladin, it's not superb, you know, no, he's got Aegis, but he's using that shield in place of O-Chain because we're lazy shits and we don't want to do anything. And Long's Ranger, I don't know why he's using that dagger. He said something about it at the end. He was like, yeah, for the first like few minutes I was using the wrong dagger, and I decided to say anything to him. But basically with this fight, I chose to become Ninja just because Ninja's a really good DD, and for Archangels, it's an awesome off tank, especially because you'll see in the first parts of this, the way I was standing and the way Long was standing, Hate from Decoy Shot was being transferred to Luna, not Lewis, so I was tanking for a lot of time for a good bit of the first part of the fight. And even then, even with Heenan and Aggressor up, you know, I was evading like I don't think it did anything to me. But Ninja, it's a great DD and it's a great off tank because you're constantly you've shadows up all the time, so any of its AoEs aren't hitting you. Make sure you're keeping up Migawari, just in case, around 50% at least, because it will use Cloud Splitter, and as you will see at the end of this video, towards the end, around 40%ish, it's using Cloud Splitter, and you'll see that when I've got Mikawari up, Cloud Splitter would have killed me, or at least done 70% of my health, because it always took off my Mikawari. So make sure you're keeping that up. Make sure you keep everyone hasted, you know, for damage. She's got a lot of evasion, so make sure you have Sushi. I would have preferred to use Rear Fin Soup, but I'm broke as fuck, so I couldn't afford it. But next time I might have money, I might not. Depends on if I get my welfare check from this. If I do, then I might get some Rear Fin Soup. Basically, it's a really straightforward fight. You just kill it, really. Don't 2-hour. Because she will use Larceny on whoever 2-hour'd. Like, even if you're not tanking, if you use a 2-hour, she's going to turn to you and use Larceny and take your 2-hour from you, and it becomes very irritating. So please don't do that. Let's see. We left the pet alive just because it's easier, you know, than having it respawn all the time, than having to respawn the Mandy, and the Mandy starts flipping its shit on everybody. We don't want that. It's basically it, you know. At about 40%, it's going to use Charm, and around that time, you'll see I go in on Dre and use Asylum, because I thought it was at 40%, but it's actually 50%, so it wore off before Charm went off. But you want your Paladin to kind of coordinate using Fealty for the magic evasion, so they don't get charmed, because Charm can ruin a fight. Because right now, like, imagine if he got charmed right now, the Tiger would go straight to Dre because he's got the most hate on it right now. and the Mithra would probably stay on Luna, but I mean, still, it would just, it's irritating. And as you can see right now, you know, I've got hate on the Mithra, and I did take a bit of damage, but overall during the fight, when I had hate, I didn't take that much damage at all during that fight. I was able to keep up my shadows reliably. If you go ninja, make sure you keep it debuffed as much as you can. It was resisting the shit out of Hojo Knee, which is slow. But I think Beastmaster has resist slow traits, so that might have been why. But Paralyze landed every single time. I didn't get a resist on Paralyze once. Blind was pretty effective. I think it didn't land a few times, like maybe 2 or 3 times, but I mean, that wasn't a big deal. Make sure you keep up Urine Ichi just to help with TP, just to inhibit its TP gain a little bit. And that's basically it. It doesn't show it at the end because I stopped recording right before the pool drop, but we actually got regimen gloves off of this. So good luck with your drops, and yeah. I think there's one more. Make sure that when you're fighting him, you're watching your mage's position, because I'm probably a bit too close now. Well, right now I'm 19 away, but there's a point where I get pretty close to it, and they just need to make sure they stay back, because it has an AoE ability. I can't remember the name right now. You'll see it used a few times in the fight, but it has an AoE ability that sleeps you, does about mid-ish damage, you know, like 600-ish, and it gravities you. And that can ruin a fight, because it's one-shotted my mage. It's one-shotted Dre before. So just beware of your positioning in this. You know, if you've got a ranger, make sure that they're positioned right with decoy shots so that hate's not going to the wrong person. And off-tank strategy is a very good idea for any of these fights, I believe, just because it's pretty useful. But I think these fights are really flexible with their setups. So, you know, just whatever classes you want to be. But if you're doing this run, make sure you have accuracy gear and you're using accuracy food, because it is a problem if you can't hit it. If you can't hit it, you can't damage it, blah blah blah. So, you know, just make sure you're prepared for the fights, etc. Make sure you're really quick on removing debuffs from the Tiger if you choose to leave the Tiger alive, because it will use Roar, and that's an AoE Paralyze. You want to make sure you keep the mage out of that. But other than that, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will actually try to do the Galka next. No, not the Galka, the Hume. I'll try to put out the Hume next, and then next time I do the Mithra, it's going to be on difficult with this same setup. Except, I may not be Dre, I may be on Luna only, so I'll be recording from his standpoint. But I hope you guys enjoy, and bye.